This time, it's someone who's a familiar face at ERMAC, the Erskine Reed McEwen Activity Centre, which we've spoken about a couple of times before here on Erskine Veterans Radio, and it is a hugely special place. And a hugely special figure around that place is Stevie Wylie, who is a veteran but also hugely involved with the Erskine Reed McEwen Activity Centre, and he's going to tell us a little bit about himself and the things that he does at ERMAC and his involvement there and his love for all things Erskine. So welcome to Erskine Veterans Radio, Stevie Wylie.
That's great. Thank you.
So tell us first a little bit about your military background. What's your backstory?
Well, I joined the Army in 1979. Joined the Army Catering Corps to become a chef, which is always something I wanted to do. But back then it was hard getting into college. I served for 15 years. Got out in 1994. I've got lots of postings: Northern Ireland, Falkland Islands, Canada, Germany, Italy. That's about it, yeah. That's it.
Being in the catering corps doesn't mean that you're away from the front lines and away from some quite disturbing and tough times in the armed forces. What was your route through that and your route to finding ERMAC?
That's right, yeah, I was, yeah. And, I got involved in ERMAC. Well, about 10 years ago, I got diagnosed with PTSD. And I've been getting treatment ever since. And things moved on, different treatments, got the treatment therapy from combat stress. And then about 4 years ago, my GP, he referred me to the Shoulder to Shoulder charity, which provides mentors, etc. for veterans who are finding it hard to do certain things or needs help in filling in forms correctly. And it was Ali from Shoulder to Shoulder that suggested that I should come here. And that's it. I've been here since day one. And I can honestly say it's been a godsend for me.
Yeah, we were speaking with Debs Dixon a week or two ago about setting up the whole ERMAC, because she's been there since day one as well, and I think she did mention you were one of the people who's been there since things began and have helped things progress. But what way was it a godsend?
Well, I was shy. I was very introverted. Sometimes I found it even hard to leave my house. And I just enjoyed at times keeping myself to myself. And that was the case when I came to ERMAC. But slowly but surely, I came out of my shell, so to speak, and started to take part in activities and making some great friends along the way who have been a great help to me. And I hope I've been a great help to them.
I'm sure you have. And what kinds of activities have you been doing, the ones that you particularly enjoy?
Well, I've done genealogy, which was very interesting.
Wow. Family tree and everything.
Yeah. I got my father's side back to 1670.
Wow.
And I got my mum's side just to the beginning of the 1700s.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's quite a long time, isn't it?
Yeah, even got some things that my mum didn't even know.
So yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
What else? I tried to do art very sporadically. My attention span was not very good to take up painting. Done photography, which I liked. IT. And more recently, the latest group I've taken part in, and I'm still doing, is the creative writing side of things.
Okay, and what kinds of things have you been doing there then with the creative writing?
Yeah, it was different types of poetry to write, like haiku poetry, just writing poems in the style of other authors. Done letters to yourself that can be opened in about a year's time. Just basically poems about, in a nutshell, and then in a seashell. It was some of it was a bit foreign to me, but I like to give it a go. Oh, and especially making up limericks. I don't think I should repeat them over the radio.
There was a young girl from Dublin. No. Well, it's fantastic, and a huge range of different things there as well that really obviously keep your mind working, and obviously, as you say, it's brought you out of your shell and got you back to a different place in your life.
That's right, yeah, it is. And what I like about it, I don't know whether you've heard this phrase, but we all speak the same language, veterans.
Yes.
Yeah, so that was a help. Friendly banter.
One of the things that Stevie has done over the last year or two is the Ermac Times, which is a regular newsletter, and Stevie is very instrumental in that, and can tell us the story now. So Stevie, tell us about how did it all begin? How did you get involved in making your own newspaper?
It was originally an idea from Yvonne. She's the activities coordinator at Ermac, and she asked if I'd like to help her. And I said, yeah, why not? Eventually it was flung onto me full time, everything. I never volunteered for it. I want to make sure that that's an old army thing. Never volunteer to do anything. You get volunteered. Yeah. So I took it on. It was a bit daunting at first, but I could do. I'd self-taught myself to do it on Publisher. Originally, it was just on Word.
Yeah.
And now I try to make it look a wee bit more professional on Publisher. Yeah, and as I say, Yvonne passed it on to me, and it's another of the things that I'm glad I took on.
Yeah, and what's the reaction been to it since you started making it?
All the feedback I get is good. Everybody's loved it. The amount I've started to put in it, and kept everybody entertained through lockdown.
Yeah, that, of course, that's been a big thing. And what sort of things go into the Ermac Times then? What's your average edition look like?
Usual what's happened at the centre, or more recently what's happened in Zoom when we had to go on Zoom because of the hotline. Yeah. And then when the second lockdown came, I decided to add more and more to it. There was puzzle pages, jokes, funny horoscopes, not serious ones. Military history, basic history, then more jokes, more. We'd done a couple of focus on members of Ermac or the staff. They'd done a wee questionnaire, like a wee interview, so I've got to know them. Yeah, it's grown and grown. Last year, I was doing. It was almost 40 pages.
Wow, and that's quite a big magazine there.
Yeah. A lot different from the 2 sheets of A4 that we used to do.
Yeah, well, I mean, like a proper magazine's usually about 48, so like one you'd buy off the shelves. So that's, it's a sizable publication, a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that's basically the maximum I can go, because not only do we do hard copies, we do send it out as an email, convert it into a flip book. People that didn't manage to get a hard copy, or any of the sponsors of Ermac, they can see what's going on by reading it online.
Yeah, and that's obviously a big thing now as well, with certainly how we've been over the last year. But people have maybe gone online more for things, and it gets you into other places as well, doesn't it? That people wouldn't normally pick it up.
That's another thing I did include in it: how to get through the lockdown, like exercises you can do at home, how to meditate. Little pieces by Morag, the holistic therapist here at Ermac. So she done a mindfulness page. So it's covered all bases, I think.
Yeah, it's really nice and useful as well.
Oh, yeah.
Well, look, good luck with it, and keep up the great work with the Ermac Times and everything else that you're doing at Ermac as well, because you're a valuable part of the setup there, and I think everybody loves the contribution that you've made, and long may it continue.
Yeah, thanks very much for that. Thank you.
And do you actually, are you a resident within Erskine or?
No. I stay in Dumbarton.
Yeah, that's the thing about Ermac as well, isn't it? That people who are veterans from around the surrounding area are welcome to come down and take part. You don't have to be a resident of any of the Erskine homes or anything like that. You can be anyone.
That's right. Yeah, and the good thing is they provide the transport as well, pick us up and take us home.
You get chauffeured around as well.
Yeah, and that's all we can ask for.